if you're able to, is to get the fuck out of here. And that's it. This is why all the videos with China and everything you're seeing is popping up. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we already knew this as conscious people, but China is basically really, really, reiterating what we already knew. And they're really pounding on, these corporations sold you out. They sold out the American people by sending all this stuff overseas, taking away jobs from the American people, and then giving it to these supposedly, people who are not our allies, right? And they sold us out because now all these billions and trillions of dollars these companies are generating, what should go back into the American economy is not. It's going to their families, them buying up, countries and buying islands and buying more companies or what have you. This is what they're doing with that money instead of it going back to building America. It's not happening. So this is something to look into, and this is what they're talking about as far as like them, like really trying to get Americans to understand why we should not be here and why another alternative is better than what's happening in America. And if you're conscious, you understand what happened. So again, I break this whole thing down. You guys know America's been taken over. The people who are running this country are not Americans. That's why they can do what they're doing. They're not from here. They're not Americans. The reason why China and these other companies, other countries are able to take care of their people is because it's their people, right? Bloodlines. It's their people, right? That's why the bloodline thing is a thing here. It's why it's a thing in Europe, right? Because just like in England and America, it's diverse. It's different people. You go to an Asian country, it's majority. We're talking in the 90 percentile. It's all Chinese, all Asian, right? And in Thailand, like if you go to Thailand as a businessman, now you get your foreign business license, you're okay. But in most cases, if you go to Thailand, you want to open up a business, you're only going to own about 45% in that business. The rest goes to the Thai people, goes to the citizens. And that's how it works, right? So it's like we don't get that same thing here to where we have all these foreigners in America making billions of dollars a year off the American people, and none of that money goes back to us at all. We just spend. We're consumers. So they call us that. We're not making any money off of us consuming and patronizing these people and seeing it go back into our economy. And that's what you think should happen. And then for Black people, it's worse because we're not seeing that money go back to the Black community. At least for white folks, when they patronize, that money goes back to the white community. They can afford to live somewhere where they don't have those problems anyway. So it is what it is. But you got to pay attention to how this stuff works and what's actually going on here and who these people really are, what they've been doing, for decades. So these people, they're not Americans. They're running this country. They're able to do what they're doing and do it from the safety of their own country, wherever they are, right? And they've been using American people to basically build their wealth and take over the world. That's basically what happened. When they took over in 1913, that has been the establishment that we have all seen ever since then. And it always has been patriotism. Everything's about the soldiers, and patriotism is woven into our sports right now to keep you hounding and, uptight with being a patriot, with being an American. One of the biggest insults they give you is you're not American or that's un-American, right? Unpatriotic and all that kind of shit. When who is that really serving? It's not serving you. You've been a patriot or patriotic your whole fucking life. What has it gotten you? Look at what's been happening. Look what happened in 2008, right? Look what's happening now with the economy. What has that really gotten you when our government is allowing these major corporations to do what they did, send these jobs overseas, get bailed out with our fucking money while we lose our homes and everything like that. And it's happening again now. Come on, man. What's patriotism when they're not even patriots? What's going on? And then, this country supposedly elects somebody like Donald Trump. But I know there's a lot of people who had worry about this whole thing. And, is America going to go to war with Mexico? And, what's going on with the terrorists? What's going on? I mean, it's just stuff that you should be prepared for and know about. And it's just stuff that we all been waiting for to happen. When's the shit going to hit the fan? It's coming. The biggest thing is having a drought and having, supplies be limited. That's going to be an issue. It's just something to think about. But, like, come on. Like, this is something that's orchestrated. It's something that should be impossible in a country this big. How long would it take for them to basically decrease the amount of supplies to the point where it's noticeable by the average person at the average store? And if that happens, what business owner would be okay with that? Wouldn't you have the business owners out there, like what the hell's going on? When you have Walmart and all these other companies out there, like what the hell's going on? But this is one of the reasons why they have only a small amount of corporations that own basically everything that we consume. Because these owners can all agree and shut shit down, and it won't affect them and their families at all. It'll affect you, affect us, right? They can shut it down, say fuck it. They got billions of dollars. It's not going to affect them or really affect their bottom dollar, especially if they know they're going to make the money right back, or if it's just not nothing to them. How is it? It's not even $1 billion is nothing to these people. So that's what you have to think about. It's one of the reasons why they have these, small group of people running everything. And that's why they can get this done. It's the same with the NFL. I mean, look at the whole thing with Shador Sanders. I mean, if all those owners can come together and basically agree to not draft the guy, I mean, what else can they come together and agree on? And this is what's going to happen. All these owners came together, owners and coaches. They sat in a room on draft day with people and cameras are in there and everything. They all sat in the room and they all agreed to not pick this guy. Right? And everybody's running around talking about he shouldn't have said this or his dad shouldn't have said that, and missing the fucking point. They fucking came together and said, we're not going to pick this guy. What else can they come together and agree on? So that's basically saying we're not going to pick somebody that's better for our team. We're not going to do what's best for our team, right? Something that can cause you wins. It can cost you the playoffs or the Super Bowl. So if all these owners are willing to come together and say, well, fuck what's good for the team, then what else they can say fuck it for, right? That means they can come together and rig games. They can come together and lose. They can come together and make shit not go in their favor for them to lose for whatever reason, gambling or what have you. You know how many people bet that this dude would make it in the first round? Nobody won that. Nobody picked him to get drafted round 5 to the Browns. Nobody picked that. So just on that gambling front right there, that's collusion. Them, colluding cost a lot of people money who bet for him to go in the first round. So just right there. But yeah, it's something to think about because these, we talked about the big 6. We talked about the 11 corporations that basically own everything that we consume. We talked about all that. And it's a small group of people, right? The 1%. And this small group of people who are stinking rich can afford to shut shit down. So when Corona happened and they stopped the NCAA tournament, and everybody was like, there's no way they would do that. It has to be real. They stop all this money they're going to lose. It has to be real. And it's bullshit because the owners don't need the money. So it's nothing to them. So yeah, you got to look at it the same way. Same type of situation, same deal. Because if shit shut down here, those people will be fine. Where would you be? So me personally, I'm already planning on getting the fuck out of here, getting out of Dodge. I do not plan on being in this country for too much longer. If I can help it, it's just not going to be worth it. It's just not going to be worth sitting around for what's to come and dealing with that bullshit, especially when you got kids and what have you. So one, it's just not good because you don't know how people are going to act. If people can agree, we as a society can agree to let these people do what they're doing. What else are we going to let them do? And then now you're going to have a group of angry people out there doing what, right? Instead of us coming together, what we should have done in the first place and fixing this shit, people are going to be attacking each other and robbing each other and so on and so forth. It's going to be chaos. And everybody's going to be begging and pleading for the president or somebody in authority to fix this and agree to whatever they want us to agree to have it fixed. Plain and simple. It's just stuff to think about that could possibly happen and just another way to look at things and just, to be prepared for and just understand, all that. I'm going to have food stockpiled and generators, so my light's going to be on in my house, thinking anybody going to come fuck with you. Yeah, you believe that if you want until they're kicking in the door. If you're going to have a generator, you better have it available in the basement or in the bunker, not where people can walk past and see lights on in your house, or they can walk past and read a signal because they have signal readers where people can read a signal coming from your home, power coming from your home. Stuff to think about, man. It's just a nightmare thing to have to live through because you didn't want to listen or be prepared for it. So yeah, one of the reasons why I put out the whole course is so people can generate enough money while they still have time to do something about it. Because a lot of people are stuck in what they stuck in. You don't really have the time to generate extra income. Having an online site is just money. I look at my phone every day. It's money, plain and simple. If you invest heavily in stocks, you know how that works. I can wake up every single morning and just cash out what I need to cash out. So yeah, it's just you want to make sure you're prepared. And then me, more than most people, I understand that much more now, being more prepared and just being more ready. And I think you always have time, because sometimes we just think we got enough time and we really don't. And it's just better safe than sorry to just get shit rolling way beforehand, ready to go, like that when you need it to go. And just being able to do that, because a lot of these people gonna think a pair of Jordans, a video game, some stupid shit is more important than their safety, more important than generating more money. Uh, the money you spend on fucking Netflix every month, all this dumb shit you spend on, people think that's more important than them being in the right situation to better their situation. And it just is what it is. So, for people who are smart enough, who understand what the possibilities are, and to just be prepared for it, then they will be all right, because you guys will get the information, you guys will understand. It's a lot of confusing shit out here online. I'm seeing it every day. It's always a video about something. And then more than ever before, things are being revealed. They're telling you everything, and that's to do what they're supposed to do. Let you know what's coming and what's going on and what's been going on. Because eventually, as I said, the shit gonna stop. All this information shared and everything that's happening on these social media platforms is going to be gone. They're already censoring the stupidest, littlest things. And then topics is about to go away. Trump basically getting rid of all American Black history. You know what? Like, it's crazy. He came in and fired a shitload of Black people. He came in and basically started getting rid of any type of Black American history, and things are going to be different. So coming on the internet and doing videos about certain topics that they consider being touchy or fucking controversial, and yeah, it's crazy. That was the reason they gave me for not giving me my YouTube plaque. So when I applied for it, they basically said because my channel is too controversial. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You had fucking what is that channel? Fucking Vice. I mean, come on. If Vice can get the goddamn plaque, how can I? They're way more controversial. So, but you have channels like Vice and all these other channels get their plaque. So I know it's just bullshit. But they're basically getting rid of all that. So you're gonna try to put up a video talking about some history stuff or what's going on or what have you, and they're not gonna allow it. It's just what's coming, and it's just not gonna be happening no more. Again, I got ahead of it. I'm ahead of it now, and it's just not going to be anywhere to go to get the information like we're getting it right now. So, like I said, it's better to be somewhere where you can get the information you need to be straight. And that's what I basically created with the Merkabah Scholar Society and Merkabah Academy. So yeah, stay tuned. I've been going busy doing so much stuff. And yeah, I'll be back on here. I have a lot to put out, a lot to release, a lot of stuff I already recorded. I just got to edit and put it out. Merkabah Scholar Society members, make sure you guys checking your emails. And yeah, like I said, make sure you guys check on Monday. That app should be available any day now for Apple, for iPhone. It's available for Android right now. So yeah, I'm going to start accepting people on there so you guys can get a feel for the app and see how it works. And yeah, we're going to get moving with that. We'll be back in our routine with the calendar and everything like that. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all that. But yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Make sure you guys take advantage of that sale. It's not going to last long. I'm not going to keep this up. I'm only doing it because so many people asked about it. And usually when a lot of people ask for something, I usually do it. The reason why I kept this only for the society is because, like I said, I'd rather give this information that I know is going to be real beneficial to people who are serious about this stuff. So I know people that's in the society that's serious about it. And, probably not too many procrastinators, but if you're a procrastinating person, do not buy the shit. It's not for you, as I said. Don't buy it. Because it's going to require you to do some work. It's going to have to do some things, but I break it down for you. I make it real easy for you to follow. And all you got to do is put in this minimal work. And once you got everything going, it took me like 6 weeks to build my site, right? That's without me knowing what I know now. So to save you guys that time is why I did the video and broke it down and made it a lot more easier. So yeah, once you guys put that work in to get your site going, to get everything up, you know what you want to sell, follow the steps in the video, what have you, you should be making money and generating money in no time. Once I got everything launched, I made money day one. The first day I was making money, and I haven't stopped making money, which is why I have 7 online stores right now. But yeah, Let you guys take advantage of it. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.